doing?
It's Stitchy down.
What, the ICO?
For the departure field,
Yeah.
it's Yankee Romeo Echo Delta. Have you read the brief?
Yeah, I just forgot. And I'll probably just fly probably from Kit Hawk. Eddie. In the
We are getting pretty close to event time, everybody. So I'm going to do just a quick intro and then head over to the Virtual USA Flying Club. You'll hear them already in the background, but good morning, Steve, PHL. We are indeed flying an event in Australia here with the Virtual USA Flying Club, and very excited to buzz around the Brisbane area. Now, I may have too much aircraft for this, but we're going to roll with it anyway. But thank you guys so much for coming in and participating. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to pull this one off or not, but yeah, it's working out so far, and looking forward to seeing what it's like to fly VFR down here. I don't believe, unfortunately, no ATC.
Factory.
No ATC, but that's okay. We're gonna have fun anyway. Hello, Rob. YMBM, I think. Why?
I have one question.
Yes, sir.
7 feet up the sky.
So there we
Yes,
go.
it'll be fun.
Yeah, as I look at the distance here, about 100 miles between airfields, and then we're also going to buzz around the Brisbane area, so maybe it'll be okay. I don't know. I really enjoy this. Is right now currently my favorite aircraft in Microsoft Flight Sim, my favorite general aviation aircraft. So thank you for Queen of the Skies, by the way, Rob. Appreciate that, brother. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. Yesterday's flight went okay from the sounds of it. I was able to watch Tree Fox fly in and around the area. It looked fantastic. In X-Plane, I can imagine it also looked really, really good in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So, man, it's kind of cool having back-to-back flights and back-to-back days. And, yeah, looking forward to a back-to-back stream for me, which doesn't happen very often. But I think this will be another good one. So, let's see. I need to make sure that I have UL as long as I'm waiting here. Yeah, I'm pretty low on fuel. Let's go about 50% here. We don't have to go crazy. And I'm not going to worry about, you know what? Would I have passengers? Probably. Let's make them all about the same. I don't know that it matters. I don't think it changes who you get, but we'll make our passengers all, roughly the same. 170. Can see the plane moving. That's kind of cool.
So you have a bunch of clones?
Yes, exactly. Well, no, because if they were clones, by the way, hi Chris. If they were clones, I'd be. They'd all be 220 pounds. So we'll make it realistic just for you guys.
That's funny.
Actually, I'm a little under, so but still, regardless. All right. Well, sorry, I didn't know my voice was active there too. So you guys got the benefit of the intro to my stream.
We did.
That's beautiful.
It's kind of like those pilots that make their call to the passengers and they broadcast it over the frequency.
Yeah.
Reviews begin.
All right. Well, I mean, I've got 12:59 here. I'm gonna go ahead and start the brief if that's cool with you guys. I'm gonna share my screen here. Where is it? All right. So, can you guys see my screen? Just let me know.
Affirm.
Great. So, and let me know. I'm gonna change tabs here. Do you see the Google Doc now?
Yes.
We do.
Perfect. All right. So this is part 1 of 3. I started flying down under maybe like a month ago or so, and I just fell in love with it. And I was like, you know what? It's just so special, and the scenery is so diverse and something different. So that's kind of what sparked the interest in this event. So this is gonna be part 1 of 3. Part 2 and 3 will take place in the the following months here. We're at Cliff Aerodrome, which is just outside of Brisbane. So if you look at the charts, which I've linked in the brief, I've got all the way down at the bottom. There's some scenery and some charts, the aerodrome charts. They are they're a little different from the U.S. sectionals, as you can tell, just by looking at the little screenshots of them here. But they're very similar, right? So, for example, like you have a class Charlie, and then it lists the lower level of the Charlie here, as opposed to just a floor and a ceiling like the U.S. charts. So it's not, once you'd spend time with it and get acclimated to it, it's all right. And I've also linked some tutorials here at the bottom of how to read Australian charts and things like that. So the first flight we're going to do here is going to take us from Cliff Aerodrome just outside of Brisbane up to Maryborough. As you can see, somewhere there's no ATC online, which doesn't surprise me. It's the middle of the night there. It's like 2-3 in the morning there. And so we likely won't encounter ATC. It does look like there's a little bit of weather, and just in the sim, there's some clouds and stuff like that, but nothing too crazy. Just a reminder, the VATSIM policy is you have to keep your pressure and winds the same. Because it's the middle of the night there, I've changed to be in the daytime, just because I want to be able to take in the scenery. And so if you want to change it to daytime hours, that's totally fine. Just make sure you keep the wind and the altimeter, the pressure, the same as real world. If you need to move the cloud layers up or down to get better visibility for VFR flying, that's okay, as long as the altimeter is showing correct. So what we're going to do is take off from Redcliffe, and we're going to fly south a little bit around Brisbane. If you're on FS 2020 especially, this is part of their Australia update. So there's a lot of VFR checkpoints down there and just like really cool things to see. On somewhere it doesn't look like there's obviously no ATC, and there's one airplane on the ground at Brisbane. So I think we can kind of have free reign down there. We don't have to worry too much about getting in anybody's way or causing conflict. So we can kind of explore a little bit. Once we loop around Brisbane, we'll head north and just follow the coastline. Once you get to the coastline around the little north there, around the Sunshine Coast area, you can either follow the coast or you can split inland a little bit and take in the scenery there. And we're literally just following the coastline north until we get to Jabiru Swamp. Just showing you Google Maps here. We'll follow the coastline here, Sunshine Coast, keep going north. Jabiru Swamp is right in here on this little island, Fraser Island. Maryborough is... Where did it go? I had it. Maryborough's just over here. There it is. So we'll hit this island, take in some scenery there, and then head west and just land at Maryborough. Should take a little over an hour, maybe less, maybe more, depending on what you're flying. Cliff Aerodrome has 2 runways, 25 and 07. I haven't checked the wind yet to see what the departure runway is there. And then Maryborough's got a north-south runway and then a grass strip that's very, very short that goes northeast and southeast. Hopefully you got the scenery for the event. The Redcliffe is free, Maryborough is free. If you're on X-Plane 11, Redcliffe is free as well. And then I added some scenery or some liveries if you wanted to fly the Royal Flying Doctor service. There's some liveries for that as well. So that's kind of it. It's very simple, very easy, especially with no ATC. It's going to be very laid back and just you don't have to stress too much about flying in unfamiliar airspace. It's like I said, it's a little different from the U.S., but something that once you look at the charts and kind of take it all in, it's doable. So, anybody have any questions for me?
Should be fun. Thanks for putting it together.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks for being here and streaming it, especially. I know that's a lot of fun and creates a lot of visibility for what we do here at the club. So anybody that wants to join along that's on Brant's stream, feel free to hop in and join up. We'd love to have you. So I'm going to go ahead and stop streaming here. If you need any questions throughout the event, just holler and anybody will be able to help you out, or I'll help you as best I can. You're welcome to go ahead and get started.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, that sounds good.
What's
We
the
will.
Unicom frequency down here?
So on VATSIM, Unicom is the same no matter where you're at. It's 122.8, same as the US.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We'll go ahead and get going, you guys. So, kind of full disclosure, I've been really wrestling with the frame rates in this aircraft, and I'm hoping that they'll be okay. But I have had some issues. I've been working with the TDS guys, and they've been really helping me out. I am not 100% sure, but I've sort of traced back, I think, some frame issues to that TDS GTN 750 unit, which is a real shame because like I really like that unit there, and they've been awesome. Their support has really been good, really responsive. So I'm hoping we can find a solution, because I have purchased several airplanes, well, and a helicopter, several fixed-wing airplanes and one helicopter specifically to be used with that GTN 750 that those guys made. And so the fact that it's chewing up my frames is just killing me, because I really, really want to use it. I like it, and it works so very, very nicely in X-Plane. And I really want to be able to use it in Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. But this one is obviously not the GTN version. It just has the default 530. So I'm hoping that the frames will be friendlier. That side didn't want to start very good. But yeah, so that's what we've got, and should be, like I mentioned before, a very enjoyable flight. I've got my time set to dawn, like 5:30 a.m. and I am also not connected yet to VATSIM. I need to do that. There was some issues with volume, like as in amount of people trying to connect, so that was really causing me some issues. But we should be good here. Let's see. We're going to be, it's Redcliffe to Maryborough, which is Y Mike Yankee Bravo. I don't have an alternate, and I'm guessing we're probably going to be out of here at the bottom of the hour. I'm going to plan about an hour for the flight. We'll see kind of how it goes. And this baby, probably about 170. And here on the Sunshine Coast, what are we looking at for terrain? There's some 3,600 feet mountains to the west of us, and some 2,900 foot stuff to the south. So ultimately, I think we're going to be going slightly westbound here. So yeah, that's MSE is anywhere from 1,800 to like I say, almost 4,000. How about we'll just we'll say 4.5 for now. I think that should be fine, just fine. And we're going to put this in here. We are Slant Gulf, and we're going to put Virtual USA Flying Club and new to airspace. If you are intimidated about flying outside of your country of origin, that is the phrase for you. New to airspace or something similar. That really gives the ATC a heads up, and then they'll take care of you as far as just extending you a little bit of help when you need it, and patience when you need it, that kind of thing. So always include that.
Runway 07, left crosswind departure. Last call, Redcliffe.
All right, 07. Winds right now are favoring a southerly departure, but Redcliffe, as you heard in the brief, is a 0725 configuration. We are parked at the far end of the runway. That's runway 25 there, and I think we need to go down there. Yes, indeed, we do. So I mean, we can go ahead and get in the conga line, and yeah, let's go buzz around Australia for a little bit there. Thanks so much for hanging out. Good to see you guys. I should probably get my... Let me see if I can get my track IR going. I'm not really doing bush flying, but I am going to be looking around a little bit, so let's get tracky up and running here. I'm going to pull over just in case somebody else wants to go around me. One moment while I do that. Oh. There we go. That's a little better.
Cliff Traffic, Cessna, November 218 Papa Kilo, departing runway 7, left crosswind departure, Redcliffe.
All right, that looks a little bit better. Let me get this guy out of the way here, you guys. And we'll be ready to go. Hey, Frankie. Hello.
Redcliffe Traffic. Baron 423 Charlie Lima, holding short, runway 07, Redcliffe.
So we should be able to taxi all the way down here. Stay out of everybody's way. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Like I see the helipad. This
hold short runway 7. I'm going to restart my sim. So
this would have been a very good helicopter tour, but the high performance group, the HPG Airbus that I have right now, is even tougher on the frames currently. So, and I don't have any way of
Redcliffe Traffic
running it without having the
GTN
in it. So it's currently in the hangar. Oh, there's the stutter right there. I guess we'll just see again if we get going. And uh-oh. Must have missed a turn here. Yeah, my taxiway is over there, isn't it? All right. Well, let's we're touring the hangars here a little bit, I guess, aren't we? We're gonna have to turn around probably. Oops. I could grass taxi probably and be just fine, but we'll keep her on the asphalt. You know, Frankie, I agree with you. I love the look of this panel. Like, I like the GTN as a piece of equipment much better,
than the 530, but I
Red Cliff
love
Traffic, Caravan November 905 Echo Lima taking off
love
runway
the
7,
look of
right
this
channel
panel.
to the southwest. Red Cliff.
Yes, I'm probably hitting. Ooh, oh yeah, I definitely hit the definitely hit the hangers there. So, anywho, I mean, I've got some stuff turned down too, and I'm not loving the look of those vertical lines there very much. All right, yeah, you can see that windsock is is telling us it's going to be a little bit of a crosser. How do I get out there? Probably right where I was pulled off to get stuff going. There goes a caravan. Awesome, awesome.
Red Cliff Traffic, Baron Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray, departing runway 07, straight out departure, Red Cliff.
So if we're going to head southbound here. We've flown over here once before. We actually were lucky enough to have Continuum join us, and Conti lives in Brisbane, and gave us actually a couple of cool spots to go check out when we were buzzing around the area. So I'm really excited to be back down here, and looking forward to seeing what the SU-10 looks like. I flew down here just shortly after they did the Australia update, so a lot of the, you know, the town, the city, it's a pretty big city actually, the city of Brisbane had been reworked and looked really nice. Man, I'm like, as I'm moving my track IR back and forth, I'm seeing lots of glitchiness. It's just may not have been the, I shouldn't maybe have tempted fate. All right, I think we've got that. Was maybe the last departure here.
Red Cliff Traffic, Baron Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray, leaving the pattern, turning southbound, final call, Red Cliff.
All right, I don't see anybody else there. Runway looks clear. I think we can do our thing here, you guys. Red Cliff Traffic, Cessna November 11816 is departing runway 7. Will be left-hand southbound departure. Red Cliff Traffic. Oh, I got that backwards. It should have been a right-hand turn to go southbound. I don't know my directions right now. All right, I need the landing lights on. Everything else is on. Yeah. Yeah, Red Cliff Traffic correction. Cessna 816 is going to be right-hand crosswind departure to the south. Hey, Pentagon. Good to see you. There's that crosswind getting us. Holy moly, airspeed's alive. I should have back taxied. Whoa, boy. Yeehaw. Oh, man. Wow. That was a sporty one.
All right, gears up. Flaps coming up. Trim, trim, trim. Clear to the right. Let's turn southbound. Let's go check out the town a little bit here. And again, 4,500 is the planned altitude, but I'm not married to that. Like we'll kind of stay below the clouds and do what we have to do here, but toward the city we go.
Master 3499 Mike, taking runway 7 for departure.
So there's a little bit of a bridge here, it looks like, that we can kind of buzz over, and then there's kind of a cool little harbor, I remember. And there's a couple of really interesting bridges. There's like a major river that runs right through Brisbane, and there's a couple of really beautiful bridges that I remember being pretty well rendered in the sim last time I looked.
146 uniform taxi runway 7. There we go. Towards Redcliffe.
So I've got everything kind of turned down to medium settings so far, and the world, I think, looks still pretty good. I'm a little bit bummed that I have to be on medium settings, but I think that, you know, as these planes get more and more complex, it's just kind of what has to happen, I guess. I don't know. I would prefer a sim, a smoother running sim. Well, what I'm opting for, I guess, is performance over looks. So, anyway. All right, across that bridge was less than amazing. Not exactly the Golden Gate Bridge there, but that's okay. We do have a few, like I said, in town here that are pretty cool. And I'll show you Conti's apartment in case you want to stop by next time you're in Brisbane. Yeah, Pentagon, you timed that just right, buddy. Hope you're doing well, man. Thanks again for stopping by. So we're going to have a variety of birds in the air today, and I am guessing we're going to be one of the quicker ones, although Steve's in the Skymaster behind me, and that one can go a little bit. But we'll pull back. We'll be a little more economical here and take a loop around the interior part of the city, and then I kind of want to head out.
November 143 uniform. We're going to be departing runway 7.
Kind of want to head out over the
we're going to make a departure
over the coast here, and then there's a couple of little airstrips on the islands that are just east of the city of Brisbane, and you know, perhaps a touch and go might be in order. We'll see. Oh, I thought you were going to go last night, Rob. I thought you were going to go get a little workout and then hop in the sim. Yeah, 2 weeks, man. That's a long time, buddy. That is a long time. But not bad to take a break. You know, I kind of feel like right now that's sort of what I'm on, is not really a full-on break, but you know, not being able to stream my normal streaming times for the last couple of months. It's like a little bit of a little bit of a step away, kind of stepping back, and that's not bad to do from time to time. Ah, you're too kind, Rob. Look, the engine's glowing red. That's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, I miss hanging out with you guys too. That's the hardest part, is just not being able to come spend time with you guys. You guys do such a good job of lifting my spirits and making me laugh, and it's really fun. A lot of fun. Cool. All right, this is Brisbane's quite a beautiful little area. I honestly think it's got, it's got these hills that kind of flank the city to its west. It's got obviously the coastline off the east, and lots of rivers and things like that. It looks like a pretty neat place. And we're catching it right now just as the sun comes up. The downtown area kind of reminds me of Denver, where it's got some big buildings, but like it's not all over the place. It's not like New York, where you just got high-rise block after block after block. All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm not normally a third-person view guy, but I think it's, in this situation, it's going to be kind of worth looking outside. I hope that's okay. Like I say, I don't do that very often, but I want to see how my bridges look, because the bridges in New York were all kinds of messed up, and these bridges look all kinds of messed up too. All right, I'm going to do something real quick here, guys. I think something is not quite right.
Red Cliff driving, number 143 uniform, we're departing the area to the north, following the coastline 4,500, Red Cliff.
I'm going to put the buildings level back up to high, and object level of detail, that's as high as it can go. Trying to think of what would affect the bridges like that, because these really were very nice. They really looked awesome, and those do not look awesome. Yeah, something's messed up. Something is messed up in my last system update. We did the skyline transition past New York. That bridge looks pretty cool over there. But these ones, maybe they just need to load in a little bit. Oh, there we go. So they're loading in. They look a little bit better once we get closer to them. A little bit better. We just needed a second to load in, I guess. I don't know. So for those of you that are looking to visit Continuum, he lives apparently just like right down somewhere in the heart of downtown Brisbane. Kind of right, is this area or this area here? It'd be fun to try to land a helicopter up on these tops of these buildings, wouldn't it? But yeah, look at that. That does look better. That does look better. That's a pretty nice looking bridge. So really, just a cool area. We'll head out here over the harbour. See this other bridge coming up. Looks like some kind of a stadium over there, and some nice park areas. Probably some golf courses and things like that as well. A little racetrack or two over there. There is
Brisbane Traffic. Caravan November 905 Echo Lima is transitioning the airspace from south to north 2,000 feet.
Yeah.
Brisbane.
we should probably do the same thing. We're right, like literally right in the approach departure. Yes, right where we don't want to be. I don't know much about Australian airspace, but I know this is not a good place to be VFR. Like literally the worst place to be. Let's get out of the way. Ooh, boy, there's some stutters. Stutter, stutter, stutter. Okay. So let's get ourselves kind of back away and check for traffic. Brisbane Traffic Cessna 11816 is transitioning the airfield 2500 eastbound. Brisbane Traffic.
Brisbane Traffic Skymaster 99 Mike is 2,500 feet, transitioning just about 5 miles north of Brisbane International Airport.
Okay, we'll get turned here and kind of get ourselves heading back to the east. Get out on the coast a bit and...
Brisbane Traffic, Caravan November 905 Echo Lima is over midfield now, 2000, going to lead the area out to the north along the coastline.
Alright, we got to look for him because he is right out in front of us here. Brisbane International Traffic, Cessna 816 is looking for that traffic. We're currently 2,500, transitioning eastbound.
Copy, we're looking for you.
Oh, geez, we're right on.
We're just over the east end of the airfield now, 2000.
All right, Roger, we're going to turn a little bit southbound just to make sure we don't have eyes on you quite yet. I had slipped down to about 2,000 feet there, so that's not good. All right, 2,500 over the top. Yep. Brisbane International Traffic, Cessna 816, midfield, eastbound, 2,500, Brisbane International.
Brisbane Traffic Skymaster at 2,500 feet, just north of the airfield, turning north as well to join the conga line.
So I did see some of the traffic, but I am not seeing. That's that flight sim dude that you're hearing, as well as Steve PHL. So not seeing either of those guys, but we're going to head up the coastline here and just keep our eyes out. Brisbane International Traffic, Cessna 816 is turning northbound up the coastline, 2,500. Yeah, the tank top man, that's right. He's not been streaming for a while. I kind of missed that dude. I missed that flight sim dude. Alright, not seeing him. And again, I'm kind of going like this is not where you want to transition this this airspace right here. Like right in the approach corridor. I'm almost certain this is not what you want to do. Although some of the special transition routes do take you right over the top of the ends of the runway, like the one. There's one through LAX that takes you right about here. So, and I don't hear anybody else coming in, so I'm gonna just roll with it. But there it is, Brisbane International. And it's had some work done to it. It's one of those, I think, that has been what goofy term is Pussy Pants using for scenery that gets worked on. Not handcrafted, but oh gosh, what's that? It's the term that like I've never heard used ever, and it's their term that they're using for these airports. Oh gosh, you guys, Rob, you know what I'm talking about. I think they mean enhanced or customized, but they call it something different. Rob is also a tank top. The other Rob is also a tank top guy. All right, there's the bridge we flew over kind of originally. So, Red Cliff coming up here somewhere. Right out there somewhere. And we no longer are really seeing anyone in the sim. Oh, it's going to drive me nuts if I don't remember that term that they're using. I'm trying to look it up here. Maybe they quit using it because I think everybody made fun of them for the name that they were using. Oh, what the heck is it called? Yeah, it'll come to me as soon as I turn the stream off. It'll come to me. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour of Brisbane. Let's head up the coastline here and just kind of take a look at what's going on outside. Again, probably be out here a little bit more than I normally am. Just giving you that exterior shot. Handcrafted. Oh, geez. Come on, you guys. That word.
Red Cliff Traffic, Cessna November 771 Charlie Tango taxiing on runway 7 for VFR departure south. Red Cliff.
Getting up into the clouds a little bit here. Let's see if we can't nose down just a tad. So when they bespoke so whenever Microsoft Flight Sim adds a handcrafted, airport, they say it's a bespoke airport. I'm like, no one has ever heard that used to describe scenery before. But Microsoft Flight Sim is trying to make it a thing. So that's what bespoke. Anyway, Brisbane International, I believe, is one of the bespoke airports in the Aussie World Update. And yeah, there you go, Rob. Yep. But yeah, like no one calls it bespoke or bespoke or however you say it. Like that's not a. Stop trying to make bespoke happen. Sound like Mean Girls. Oh, I was going to go out. There's that island over there. I was going to go out and check out. I do think we landed out there at one point. Well, we'll just keep zipping up the coastline here. There'll probably be some other targets of opportunity that we can hit. Oh, there's the bespoke user's guide.
Red Cliff Traffic. November 771 Charlie Tango.
By our stream bespokesperson. Yeah, very nice. So was I right or was I wrong? Does not look like. Actually, no. It was Sydney, it looks like. Well, that's the standard edition. So, world update. Let's buzz down here. I'm just looking through this as you guys maybe are as well. Australia. Oh no, it is not. Never mind. I was mistaken. I was definitely mistaken there. Ooh, that looks like almost looks like someplace you could land. What if I just found a scenery? I feel like I had a pretty decent scenery when I flew out there before, but maybe not. Maybe it just looked good as it was. And yeah, now I'm gonna have to go back and watch. I don't honestly remember.
Breaking traffic. 771 Charlie Tango making
Really?
departing runway 7 making
Map
traffic
settings.
for Park Red Cliff.
Well, we better check that out real fast here. Map settings. All right, we'll come back to that. That's cool. I'd never heard of that before. That'll be kind of cool to see. Because that does, I don't know about you guys, but that affects where I fly if I have some scenery available. Of course, it's less of an issue in Microsoft Flight Sim than it is in other sims, but it's kind of always just been a part of the consideration when I've tried to fly to come up with a flight plan. Was that a? No, that looks like it was just a road. Just a road.
Starflies!
Good morning, Starflies. Happy Sunday. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. So, how cool would it be to have a float plane and just like float taxi on into your house? Wonder if they have crocodile issues down here. Probably not. It's probably so many people that that they don't have too much wildlife. All right, what are we flying by here? This is the Calandra area. That's kind of a neat little airport.
downwind for runway 13. Sunshine Coast traffic.
Sunshine Coast. Oh, that's another one that's kind of a fun one. Yeah, I forgot. We did. I think I disabled that scenery. So I finally bit the bullet, guys, and downloaded the Microsoft Flight Sim add-on organizer tool, whatever that is. And I've been slowly putting things back in. This is also part of my trying to figure out my frame issues with this airplane. But I don't know that I have that one back in. But there is a cool kind of a freeware Sunshine Coast airport for Microsoft Flight Sim. My dog says hi, by the way. Yeah, they're a little out of sorts. Their mom left today for a training, and so they're already feeling neglected and abandoned, and malnourished and all that stuff. My one hasn't been able to play fetch for almost 12 hours, so it's getting pretty serious. This is kind of cool, though. They've got a lot of these little, I don't even know what kind of community you call that, but looks like they've got a bunch of places to boat into, and pretty neat. Coming from where I live, obviously this ocean, the whole vibe of living near the ocean is just so foreign to me. I think it'd be, I've only been to the ocean really a couple times in my life. Once to the Pacific and once to the Atlantic, the Gulf of Mexico, and it was pretty cool both times. Okay, I'm transitioning in airspace here, so I should probably
Sunshine
make a
Coast
call.
traffic, Caravan 905 Echo Lima, 5 miles south of the field, over the shoreline, gonna overfly, join the left downwind for 13 for a touch and go. Sunshine Coast traffic.
Where the heck am I? I'm pretty sure that's where I'm at too. Sunshine Coast traffic. Cessna 816 is along the shoreline northbound at 1,800, transitioning the area. Sunshine Coast traffic. Cody, it's all right, dude. It's not okay. It's not okay. Yeah, Lake Erie would feel like an ocean to me, Rob. I do think it'd be cool to see more of the Great Lakes. The only time I've ever really seen them is flying out of Chicago. But huge bodies of water like that are super, super foreign to me. Oh, sorry, guys. Cody! Hey, Cody, come here. What's the matter? I might have to take him upstairs. You may need to use the little
Sunshine Coast, Caravan 5
dog's
Echo
room.
Lima is joining the left downwind for 13, touch and go. Sunshine Coast.
Find a spot to land maybe and let him go do his thing. Although he was just crashed out a minute ago. I think this is an example of where you've got to back your brother's play. He hears his brother's upstairs barking and he thinks he needs to be up there. But he's not big enough to go up and down the steps. It's kind of hilarious. We've got 3 steps out back that he can get up if he takes a good run at it. But otherwise he's like, nah. But in his defense, he's got some of the worst hips that our vet has seen in a dog. He's a Pomeranian. He's only 3, but she's like, yeah, he's got some of the worst hips I've ever seen. And they, you know, any jarring and stuff like that, I think he has a risk of them actually, they pop in and out of socket. They're that bad. So I can understand if he doesn't want to.
5 Echo Lima's left base to final.
Doesn't want to be too
and then on the go, or it's going to be a left turn.
Climbing too many stairs.
Sunshine Coast.
All right, let's get back outside. And again, guys, not my usual MO to be Mr. Third Person Flyer, but you just get such a nice view sometimes when you're out and about like this. And that looks pretty swampy. That's got crocodiles, right? There's no way that doesn't have crocodiles in it. All right, it's got your little inland, little lake there, little part of the ocean. You know, you got your saltwater crocs. You come in here to hang out. But is this, if I'm not mistaken, this is the Gold Coast? And looks pretty cool. The wave effects are pretty amazing. Really cool. Yeah, Rob, that guy, that downwind sim guy is hardcore. He loves that stuff. He's just done it. He's done it forever. All right, bud. Hey, you all right? He hates being left out.
Sunshine Coast traffic, Caravan 5 Echo Lima just took off runway 13, starting that left turn now out over the coast to the north.
So we're heading over or towards a place called Tin Can Bay, and Rainbow Beach is kind of up off the point up there. I wish I could tell you more about what these lakes are called. I guess I could go to Google Map if I was more organized. Sorry, that was my son. They're moving and moving the junior first officer to a new spot across town. The house they were renting, the landlord decided that they wanted to sell. So they're like, okay, thanks for nothing. And but anyway, they found a new place and apparently got it all moved today, and so life is good. I don't know what your brothers are barking at, but they sense danger. So this part of the coastline, though, looks a little bit less like beach friendly, right? Like it looks like there's like almost cliff line here. Interesting. Let's get out a little bit farther over the water. Boy, if you have some engine issues. Not a lot of bailout opportunities here. Holy cow, it's really kind of heavily, looks kind of heavily forested, and maybe you could splash it down close enough to the coastline you could get out, but you're not gonna, you're gonna ruin an airplane doing it that way, aren't you? Yeah, that looks different. I'm guessing in real life that's probably a little bit more cliff line-esque. All right. Well, once we get up here, you can see kind of the edge of Tin Can Bay. We're gonna hang a left and head in. I don't remember what he called it. Some kind of a marsh, and that'll lead us pretty well to the town of Maryborough, and that's where we will plot our arrival. And I think I'm feeling like we're only 100 miles away, so the winds down near Brisbane there at Redcliffe were out of the south, so I feel like we probably are gonna have the best luck landing to the south as well up here. And this is very much a north-south, Maryborough north-south, looks like about a 1,500 meter long runway, so what, like 4,000 feet should be plenty. Elevation is 38 feet, and there is a windsock, so I think what we'll try to do, I don't have any charts for well, or do I? So there are some charts here for the RNP, but I don't know. I'm just going to jump in a left-hand pattern. I really don't see anything that indicates what is supposed to happen. And I know in the U.S., if it's not marked, then you fly a left-hand pattern. So I'm just going to roll with it. We're going to just communicate and listen to the people around us also, and we'll join in with what they're doing. But as it stands right now, I'm going to plan for a left-hand traffic pattern to runway 17. So I'm going to overfly the field and see if I can see a windsock just to verify. So I'll probably just overfly the field heading back to the west, and then I'll hop in a left-hand upwind and get the pattern to come all the way back around to 17. I'm looking at the briefing here. Really, Grant did a really nice job of putting this event together, and we can add to our VFR, kind of our VFR channel where we've been collecting things. We can add a little bit of a resource. We've got an Australian resource. Ooh, boy, that's a huge long link here. Man, oh man. Okay, well, we'll just put that in for now as a placeholder. But yeah, one more resource, one more VFR resource for a different part of the world. Visual Flight Rules Guide. Australian government. Should make for some interesting
Reading, there's an interactive version for tablets. Ah, very cool, very cool. I like ye. Okay, well, let's make the turn here. I'm going to estimate we're about 10 miles out. Maryborough traffic, Cessna 11816 is 10 miles to the southeast at 1,600. We're going to overfly the field and join a left-hand pattern, runway 17, Maryborough. Actually, I shouldn't have said that because I don't know that that's what we're going to do. I need to wait and see the windsock.
Maryborough traffic number 1436 uniform, 28 miles to the southeast. We are going to be overflying the field for 17 as well. Maryborough traffic.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that that's exactly what we're going to do, but sneaky suspicion, I guess. And if I mean, we can adjust. We can adjust our plan if we have to. It is. Steve, what are you seeing there, my man? Are you seeing a different wind, or... I'm definitely seeing low clouds. Look at that. Looks like it's all the way down to the ground. Boy, that's a nice effect, isn't it? Those rain shafts. That's really cool. Yeah, that is nice. Wow. Just some showers? Okay. Yeah, I see at least 1, 2, 3... maybe a little 4 or 5, but yeah, quite a few of them now that appear to be making it all the way down to the ground. So we might need to, well, heck, I don't know. I guess divert if we have to. Pretty much just stay right up this coastline. We're going over, this is called Rainbow Beach.
Maryborough traffic, number 38 Romeo, 25 miles to the east of the airport, inbound, runway 17, full stop, Maryborough.
Yeah, Starfly's good call. Oh, look at that little strip right there. What the heck? Rainbow Beach traffic. Doggone it. That looks awesome. I don't know what that little airstrip is. It's not really marked anywhere. Cool. Very cool. And we should have the town. We should start seeing the town of Maryborough. It's a
Maryborough traffic. Barron,
fairly good size
Lima is approximately
town.
10, 11 miles southeast. Intentions of a left-hand downwind approach for runway 17.
Now I've got everybody thinking it's 17. I hope it is. Otherwise, I may have screwed everybody up. Don't follow me. I don't know what I'm doing. Getting a little bit low here, but I'm sort of like wondering from a traffic perspective, or from a visual perspective, exactly what I need to do here, you guys. There's a little opening. Maybe not. Goodness sakes. Maybe I have to stay south. Just go, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I'm going to shoot this gap right here.
Maryborough traffic, Skymaster 99 Mike is about 15 miles out, dodging some rain showers inbound. We'll be joining a left downwind for runway 17.
All it takes is one guy to screw things up, and I'm that guy. VFR to IMC, anyone? It's about to happen. By the way, if we do go total IMC, we've got to climb to 4,000 to be clear of the terrain.
Maryborough traffic, 1436 uniform, we're going to be descending to 2,500. We're going to swing out over the bay here and come in from the east for runway 17, Maryborough.
Probably not VFR legal. And the bad part is I'm not really even through like all the rain here. Alright. That looks better. I can at least kind of keep it out on the coast here and maybe get lucky. Time it just right. That's what it's going to boil down to, is just timing the storms right. I was hoping I'd see some lights or something here. Maryborough Traffic, Cessna 816, 5 miles to the southeast at 1,800. Going to overfly midfield, Maryborough.
Maryborough Traffic, Baron 423 Charlie Lima, entering left downwind for runway 17. Maryborough.
So he's in the downwind, so I think we will. I still think I'm going to overfly. I just want to see. I just want to see if I can see. You never know. Like in this plane, this isn't the best look out the window and see stuff plane, but.
Choosing.
That's hi Kevin, and you're not wrong about that. Welcome, sir. Well, it's pretty neat, to be honest with you. This is really beautiful. A beautiful part of the world that I've never been, but I
Rainbow
am
Beach Traffic Caravan 905 Echo Lima is 5 miles south of the field. It's 1500. It's going to turn a left downwind to the south.
happy
runway.
to be able to experience it in a simulator at least. I mean, it's not the same as being there, but at least we can see what it looks like, right?
Maryborough Traffic, November 38 Romeo. We're 12 miles to the north of the field, coming on the RNAV 17 approach. Maryborough.
Might not be a bad idea to get on an instrument approach here with this weather. All right, time to start to slow down just a bit. I think this.
5 miles to the southeast of the field, inbound to join the left downwind for runway 17.
I think this is potentially. No, I don't actually. No, I don't think it is. I think we're gonna have to kick it through the uprights here, and I think right up there off our 1130 is where we're going. So. Wags. Wags is my boy.
Rainbow Beach, Caravan 5 Echo Lima, joining the left down to the south runway. Maryborough Traffic, Baron 423 Charlie Lima is on a 3-mile final. Runway 17, Maryborough.
Love you guys. I love you guys. Apparently I'm no judge of distance, because I thought we were closer than we were, and we are farther out than we were. We may be 10 miles out yet. I don't know. Heck. I'm not seeing any city just yet. The other problem I'm having is I'm not seeing any other traffic all of a sudden, because Microsoft Flight Simulator. And so that's a good combination, really. Bad weather, lots of traffic, misreporting position. I mean, like, that's the trifecta of excellence.
Maryborough Traffic, Skylane 99 Mike is entering left downwind for runway 17, Maryborough.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maryborough Traffic, November 38 Romeo is on a 7-mile final, runway 17, Maryborough.
That's the town right there. I think I need to turn head that way. Maryborough Traffic, Cessna 816. We ended up about 3 miles south of the field. We are also inbound 1,000
500 left-hand downwind extended 17. All right.
Maryborough traffic, number 38 Romeo, 5 mile final, runway 17, Maryborough.
All right.
Traffic Skymaster, the pattern will yield to the traffic entering from final and join in behind him.
I can see the runway there, so
Maryborough traffic, Baron 423 Charlie Lima has vacated the runway. Maryborough.
Yeah, dude, you stay here, okay? Stay here. No. No. All right. Maryborough traffic, Cessna 816 is on the left hand, downwind 17. We'll extend, look for the inbound traffic. Maryborough. Hi, buddy. All right, let's do this. Let's get some speed off, and in the wide arc, first notch of flaps, and then let's get down to 1100 for pattern altitude. I think we're pretty close to being where we need to be. Somehow we ended up. And yeah, then down to secondary minimums. That's definitely next on the checklist there, Starflies. And I've lost sight of the field. Golly, what the heck? Seriously.
Traffic. Left base, runway 17.
All right. Well, we are.
Brisbane traffic, number 1436 uniform. We're about 8 miles to the east. We're on an extended left base, runway 17. We will report turning final.
Okay, right over there. So we've got 2, now 3 aircraft, and this one's coming on left base. Maryborough traffic, Cessna 816 is a beam. The numbers left downwind 17. Looking for that traffic on base.
Maryborough traffic, Skymaster has turned final. We're 4 miles out, number 2.
Where the heck is that traffic on base? Yeah, this is a bad place to be. Okay, I'm gonna break off a little bit here. Maryborough traffic, Cessna 816. We're gonna break off the pattern, head eastbound. I was unable to locate the traffic on the base. We're gonna re-enter the pattern here from the east side of the field.
Maryborough traffic, Skymaster is 3 mile final, runway 17.
Yeah, I would have been right in the way of everybody, wouldn't I have? Alright, so we're just gonna come around, bring it around town. A little SpongeBob time. Bring it around town here. We've inched our way up a little too high. But that should give everybody a chance to sort of get settled in and buttoned up, all that good stuff.
Maryborough traffic, number 3 Romeo is clear, runway 17 outfit, Bravo, taxi to parking, Maryborough.
All right, that's one of 3 guys that are ahead of us. Steve PHL's on the short final, and there's the third airplane that was on that extended base.
1436 uniform. We are turning final, runway 17.
All right, so he's final, so we can go ahead and get back on the downwind. Maryborough traffic, Cessna 816 is rejoining the left downwind 17. Maryborough traffic.
Yeah, Shuzy, it just didn't feel right. I mean, just didn't want to be smack dab in the way here of things. I might be, I'm gonna be honest with you, I might already be kind of on the base leg here. Maryborough traffic, Cessna 816, left base 17, Maryborough.
Maryborough traffic, Baron Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray, 10 miles to the southeast, joining left downwind to Maryborough.
All right. We're way too freaking high. Maryborough traffic, Cessna 816, turning final, 17, Maryborough.
Maryborough traffic, Skymaster is clear 17, Maryborough.
There's another plane between me and Steve. I cannot see him. He's on final. Boy, I don't see him.
Maryborough traffic, November 143 uniform. We're on final, following the traffic on short final.
Oh, jeez, cramming. I think I just cut that guy off. Did I just cut you off? I apologize.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. It's busy.
I literally could not see.
I saw where you're at. I was following you in.
Ah, perfect. Yeah, I'm having trouble seeing other aircraft for some reason.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Ugh, yeah. Yep. I'll have a number for me to call when I get down on the ground. Well, there's some lights, but yeah, geez. I'm gonna be honest with you. That was not good. That was not good. Oof. That was a floater. Yikes. Floater, 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 floater.
Maryborough traffic, Caravan November 905 Echo Lima's 10 to the southeast at 1500, gonna make the 45-degree entry into the left downwind for 17, Maryborough.
And Maryborough Cessna 816 is clear of 17. Well, yeah.
Maryborough traffic, Baron Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray, joining left downwind, runway 17, Maryborough.
Don't feel good about that traffic pattern there at all, but yeah, it just was not very good. But that's why you do these events, right, with lots of VFR traffic, so that you can have a chance to practice this stuff. And you know what? Sometimes you're going to do better than others. So today was not my best day as far as that goes, but overall, though, a very nice flight, and another really cool Virtual USA Flying Club event. If you happen to be watching and you are not a Virtual USA Flying Club member, or you have no idea what that is, it's a general aviation club that focuses on VAT sim events, and we host probably 3 to 4 events each month. And so if you're kind of interested in some organized general aviation type flights, it's a really good club to be involved in. Yeah, I think you probably saw the the invite come around there just a minute ago. This is the Discord invite that's in the chat there. And if you are interested, just click on that. All you have to do is have a valid VATSIM ID and be in good standing with the VATSIM folks. And if you have those two things, then we'll be happy to add you to our list and or add you to our group, and then you can be a part of all that stuff that we are so fortunate to be able to participate in. We've got some really great folks in the club that, like I say, organize tons of really, really cool events. And they're not all, despite the name, they're not all centered in the U.S. And not all of our members are. That's not a requirement for you to be someone who lives in the U.S. It's just the name of the flying club. So we're trying to be a little bit more global, and we obviously like to connect with anyone who likes general aviation and wants to improve those skills. And then, as you saw today, obviously you don't have to be a pro. You can be someone like me who is still learning and makes mistakes, and you're not going to get your head bit off, because I did definitely cut somebody off on final there, which is not good. But yeah, we're all learning, and that's sort of what we do here. So we'd love to have you aboard. We have coming up, speaking of the Virtual USA Flying Club, we do have some fun events coming up here later on in the month. Let me go to the calendar here so you guys can see. We've got the General Aviation Coastline Conga coming up next Sunday, and we're actually pairing or teaming with, or joining, or they're joining us, I'm not sure, with the Pilot Club. And our goal is to make the longest general aviation conga line in the history of VATSIM. And so hopefully we'll be able to do that. There's going to be some giveaways and stuff for that one as well. So Sunday, the 16th at, I think it's 1 p.m. my time, so I'm not sure. That's Mountain Time. And then on Tuesday of next week, we do have the Appalachian Trail Leg 2. And that was a really cool event where we flew, started up, I think, in Maine, and we flew down to, I don't think we quite made it, a little bit south of the New York airspace there. But yeah, anyway, just kind of some things that we do there, and we'd love to have you along. All right, yeah. Next flight, Shusi, I'm going to do one a little bit later on today, I think. I might go for a double header today. But I do have a couple things I got to get done. One of them is I got to go figure out what my dog is barking at. But I do plan on coming back. I've got a little bit of work to do. Hopefully I'll be able to get that done and maybe do something else tonight. So anyway, yeah, appreciate you guys hanging in. A good pilot is always learning. Yeah. Thanks, Jerry. No, that's not. That's M08. That's not. Starflies is not throwing me shade there. That's right. That's M08. That's Mike. What's Mike's name? Mike. Geez, I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Nap time for Rob. All right, cool, man. Hey, I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna shoot it over to 757 here, guys, and let's head over there and keep the vibes going.
Thanks for watching my papa.
Some thank yous to toss out there. Yeah, Jason Shepard. That's right, Jason Shepard. Yeah, he's a good dude. I like him. I've signed up for his free ground school stuff. It's really, really quite good. So thank you for people coming over. Starflies, Shuzi, Rob Valkyrie. Good hanging out with you. Steve PHL as well. Thank you guys. Panagon, thanks for being here. And Frankie Beak. Let's see who else. I'm sure there were others, but and thanks to the Virtual USA Flying Club. Thanks to our friend Grant Williams who organized this. And anyway, appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully, see you later if the stars align. See you later tonight. And until then, I'll meet you over. We'll toss Spy some love. And yeah, I'll talk to you real soon. Take care, everyone. God bless.